Krásný den v Ponte Reports. Dneska ten rozhovor bude trošičku zvláštní, protože bude cizojazyčný, budeme mluvit anglicky. Naším hostem je David Chambers. Je to Angličan žijící v Mostě, an Englishman living in Most. Dobrý den.
Dobrý den.
Dobrý den. How long have you lived in Most?
I have lived in Most for 4 years now. I left England on the day of the referendum to live with my Czech wife.
And why Most?
Because that's where my wife's parents live. And after she'd studied in England and got her MA and MBA in English, she wanted to come back here to enhance her career.
Where did you used to live?
I used to live in Grimsby, the northeast of Lincolnshire, 100 miles from Manchester. It's a fishing port, one of the most famous in the world. We get fresh fish every day.
It's fine. And what was your profession back in England?
I was an accountancy professional at Imperial Tobacco, and then for Novartis, the third biggest chemical company in the world, and then DFDS, the global shipping agents.
And now you are retired?
I've now retired, yes.
Yes, you're in Most. Okay. So, David, what do English or British people know about the Czech Republic?
We don't know much. All we know is about Prague, the nightlife. For people come for stag parties and for the hen parties, the men and women before they get married. And Pilsner beer is very famous.
And any people, for example, Havel, Jager?
No, I know he's a ice hockey player, but ice hockey is a minority sport in England.
Yes.
As is football or cricket, yeah.
Okay. I'm interested in the every life here in the Czech Republic and in the UK. Let's start with food. Which cousin do you prefer?
Cuisine, I like them both. But since I've come here, I have a sister-in-law, Martina Mitzel, who's near enough a Michelin star cook. So the food I've had of Czech cuisine is absolutely beautiful, made by her.
So do you think that Czechs are bigger foodies than the English?
No, I'd say English are better foodies.
Yes.
There's a lot more restaurant choice of a high class.
And what about cooking? Who are better cooks?
English.
English.
Yes.
English. Okay. And what is your favorite Czech dish?
Svíčková.
Svíčková.
Svíčková, yes. Except for the cream and the little lemon on it. That's the only thing I don't like, but the actual juice and the rest is lovely. Or rabbit, which I never ate in England.
Yeah.
Yes.
And British dish?
Fish and chips, but it's got to be from Northern England.
Yeah.
From London, it's commercial, frozen, cheap.
Yes. Let's move to work. We usually work from 7 to 3. What is it like in the UK?
Being in an office environment, with me, it was usually 9 till 5.
9 to 5.
Yes, with plenty of overtime. You could have 100 hours overtime a month if you wanted it.
And do you, on average, work more or less hours per week?
We work a lot more hours per week in England, yes.
Yes.
There's no limit.
Do you feel that we Czechs are not very productive in the work we do, especially when the boss is not looking?
I don't see that because I've been to a lot of big companies here teaching, and places like Unipetrol and that, they are working.
They are working,
yes.
Okay. And do you have, for example, in the UK, benefit system for the unemployment, maternity leave or sick or leave?
Yes, the benefit system is there for everybody and you all qualify. Not a problem. Your health is paid for, everything. Maternity leave, if you are working, you can get up to maximum 6 months off, and then you have to make a choice whether to go back to work or not. Not like in your country.
Yes.
6 months is the maximum. Yes.
6 months is
Yes.
maximum. Okay. So now, free time. We like going to the shopping centers in our free time. We go cycling or go skiing in winter. How do British spend their free time?
The ladies like to go shopping. And the husbands sometimes have to go with them. But in winter, most men like to go to football matches or go to the pub and socialise in the pubs, etc. I followed football. I followed Manchester United all over the country.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we also like visiting people in our free time. We meet with our friends. Are the British more introvert or the contrary, more outgoing?
We are probably more introvert. We would not invite anybody into our homes. We'd have to know them or special occasion. But when we go out, we don't say Dobry, kozy, to anybody in the pub. If somebody came to talk to my wife in the pub,
Yeah.
I would be worried.
Yeah.
Here it's normal, yes.
So you don't invite visitors to your home?
No, only people we know well, yes.
Only family and so
Yes,
on.
we more likely go to the restaurant for a meal.
Yes. And you are a teacher of English here. It's your hobby.
Yes, well, a native English speaker, yes.
Yes. What is the biggest difference between the education system here and in the UK?
What I've noticed is you have to do a lot here by memory, but where we are, we leave school at 16, having done our final exams, and only if you get a top grade can you stay on for another 1 or 2 years, getting what's called A-levels. After that, you go to work or you have the opportunity to go to university. It's not a long process.
And what is Czech people's knowledge of English here?
I think it's very good.
Good.
In England, we would do French as a second lesson and people would not remember it when they left school.
Yeah.
But here, they are very good.
Yeah.
I'm quite surprised. Yes.
Yeah. And if someone wanted you as their teacher of English, would that be possible?
Yes, it's not a problem, but I always have a interview with my wife present, so they understand what they want and what I will do. I will not teach anybody. It's got to be beneficial to them.
Yeah. Of course, you have been here for some time, so you have experienced some of our festive holidays, such as Christmas or Easter. Is there a Czech habit you don't understand?
Yes, this Easter one with the stick, and you go, hoddy, hoddy, dopravody, data málo, and then you want a drink. I found it strange. I was told you could have a big stick, not an ornamental one.
Yes.
But what I miss is the English Christmas, which is on the 25th, and we have the 26th of December, Boxing Day, and we have a big meal, not a quick meal.
Yeah. Okay. And is there any holidays you miss from back home?
No, only holidays I miss is, say, the Christmas time or Easter. Yes, our bank holidays, yes. Yeah.
Yes. So now we will discuss about big theme, Brexit. What is an English presence view of Brexit? Why didn't you want to be part of the European
EU? I don't think that's the reason. The vote was 52 to 48%, and they came out. That's the country's vote, but I personally don't agree with it.
You don't agree?
No, I wanted to stay in because the Kronos was at 38 to the pound, and now it's 30.
Yes.
So I don't get a good exchange rate. But otherwise, I have no interest, except that in 5 years' time, Britain will be better off than the EU when they get over the breakup from the EU, yes.
Okay. Of course, the year 2020 is the year of corona crisis. We have been sorting our stricter measures, but I have heard somewhere that the measures in the UK are stricter than here in the Czech Republic. Is that true?
They're probably the same as your country, but they are stricter in the pubs. I go on my English website, This is Grimsby, which is like This is Mostě, and when people go to the pub, and most of them, you have a table with a time and a name, and people are wearing the masks. In this country, they did a wonderful job first time round, but then when the pubs opened, there was no social distancing.
Yes.
But we're all suffering for one reason or another.
So, if we are to sum up, what are we Czechs like?
You are very open or gregarious, chatty, and very nosy. You want to know everything. If I'm in the precinct, my wife gets to know who I'm with, even if it's a student or anything. It's a gossip chain. Yes. But I do like Czech people. But I find it strange. You're in the lift or in a train carriage, and they're all saying Dobry den, nashledanou, and we just go, or nothing. Yes.
Nothing. And how do you feel here in Most?
It's the same as Grimsby. It's a small town, not posh, but it's nice. It's relaxed, laid back.
Yeah.
It's not 100 miles an hour. Yeah.
And which pub do you go to here in Most?
Well, I like the Gate when it's upmarket.
Yeah.
For a nice drink and that, you know. But if I want to go in a down-to-earth place, Quixote, for a quick beer and schnitzel and chips, it's a rough and tumble pub.
Yeah,
But Gate is posh. Yes.
Okay. You are Englishman. Do you enjoy 5 o'clock tea?
Yes, 5 o'clock tea is what we normally do if we're not at work, or it could be 5 o'clock is a myth. It could be 6 or 7 o'clock. Yeah. But depending on your work, if you're working 9 to 5 or 8 to 4, yes.
Mm-hmm. And do you drink whiskey on ice or without ice?
I would not do that, but most people would tell you are contaminating the whiskey if you add water. You know, I would prefer a brandy.
Brandy?
Brandy, yes.
Mm-hmm. And do you have a picture of the Queen?
Only of Freddie Mercury at home. But no, the Queen, the actual Queen royalty, I respect them, but we would never have a picture at home unless we was old school, very old people in the 80s, 80s years old. That it's not a dumb thing.
Yes. And where do you feel more home, here or in England?
Definitely in Moss now. I have no problem because I've lived all over the world.
And do you know any Czech song or any Czech rhyme?
Well, the only one I know is Dobry den, kozy ven, naskladano, kozy strano. But I didn't know it was rude. Yes,
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for interview, David.
Thank you very much, yes.
Naším hostem dneska v Ponte Report byl David Chambers.